It's the cheap challenge. It's the cheap challenge. It's the cheap challenge. It's the cheap challenge. King Buddha, it's never too late to awake you. King Buddha, it's never too late for mistake to. King Buddha, it's never too late to awake you. King Buddha, it's never too late for mistake to. King Buddha, stop up or shut up. King Buddha, stop up or shut up. Fuck.
What it do, chat? Welcome back. It's 2026. Your boy's here. You already see the vibes. It's your boy T King Buddha. And we are back, chat. Welcome to today's episode. I know it's been a minute since you guys heard from me. And I know I've been slacking on my on my 2026, but we here, chat. We are here. I hope everybody's tapped in. We got a crazy episode coming up. I hope everybody is ready because today we are going to be talking. Well, we basically listen. There's this dude named Deleted, and when Deleted is live and drops content, you know I'm going to go check it out. So, I had the audacity of, you know, listening to J. Cole's album. Even though I'm not trying to say nothing, chat. I'm just saying he's not relevant right now. So, it's cool that he considers himself relevant because he's not. You know what I'm saying? And to put himself up there with the big three, like there is no big threes. We already established that it was only Big Me, aka Kenny Kung Fu Kenny. And chat. We got a lot to talk about. So, chat, I hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys roll up something, get some popcorn, pop a beer, something, chat, because it's about to go down. And I guarantee you, chat, you guys are not going to be happy. You are not going to be happy, chat. All right. So, I'm not here to bash nobody's career, but we're just going to go off of the facts. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to treat it like that as such. We're not going to jump the gun. We're not gonna safely assume nothing. We just gonna watch. You know what I'm saying, child? We're just gonna watch. And I don't know what this is. And we're gonna let Deleted do what he does best. You know what I'm saying? Let him do what he does best. Chat, I'm sorry I've been gone for a while. A lot of mental health issues I've been trying to take care of. I've been dealing with a big anxiety problem that it just doesn't allow me to focus. Aside from that, my car accident, I haven't been all fully there. My neck's all fucked up. I spent a lot of time sleeping. So it's become a little difficult for me to be streaming, especially with this cool ass setup that I set up. But chat, I promise you that I love you guys so much that I'm gonna make sure that we're gonna stream every day, even on Sundays. I don't care what condition I'm in, chat. I don't care how I feel, chat. We're gonna stream one live session every day to April 1st. I owe it to myself, chat. Because chat, when I didn't have you guys, it was not a choice. I had to come here to get my mind off of things. And then when I grew in size, I grew, the chat grew, and everything grew, chat. I started picking what I wanted to do. And I think that the beauty of where I am is because I didn't have much of a choice. I was stranded in a bed. I didn't have much of a choice, chat. You know what I'm saying? So when I got injured and I couldn't leave my bed, you guys were married to me even if you didn't want to be. You know what I'm saying? You guys were attached to me like arm to a shoulder, chat. You feel me? So now that we've gotten to a position where, we tap in, we all converse, we all, we all chat it up and shit, drop issues and all that good shit. You know what I'm saying? I think that I owe it to you guys and I owe it to myself to keep pushing harder in 2026 than I did in 2025 or in 2024 when I first went viral. You feel me? So now it's 2026. A month and a half is gone. We've definitely thrown that in the gutter. So we got to make up for all this stuff, chat. You feel me? One way or another, we can't drop the ball now that we've gotten this far. You feel me? Now that we've gotten this far in the game, this is not the moment where we turn around and drop the ball. So I want you guys to know that this is not just a commitment for you guys. This is a commitment to myself as well. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not just letting you guys down. I'm letting myself down if I fail this challenge. You feel me? But till April 1st, I feel, chat, that there is nothing more important than me dropping one live like this. One episode, just one episode. We could do more than one. That's the promise. More than one is you could do more than one, but you can never do less than one. We have to do one and better, chat. Every day, one and better, one and better, one and better until April 1st. Feel me? Now we're also gonna probably combine that with TikTok or something else. We're probably gonna combine that. But we definitely are going to do one episode every day till April 1st, no matter what. Alexa, how many days are left till March 1st?
There are 20 days left until March 1st.
20 days. So you take the 31 days of March, 31 days of March, and then the 20 days left. That's 51-day challenge, chat. That's a 51-day challenge. 51, 51. We're gonna see if we do 51 for 51. You feel me? Perfect score. That's what we're shooting for, chat. So I hope you guys are ready. Today is the day one of our excursion. We will be filming every day, chat. Every day, chat. No exceptions. No exceptions to the rule. So today we got a great episode. We were watching Deleted, and Deleted came out with an episode about J. Cole's album, The Fall Off. And I say, you know what? I did listen to his album when Academics streamed it. Just like Academics, I didn't really have an opinion. But now I think it's time to have an opinion. You feel me? So, chat, here we go. Now, me, welcome to today's stream. This episode is brought to you in part by nobody, baby. So, everybody, don't forget to spam the like button. Don't forget to hit the follow, whatever it is, and drop a comment below if you want to know what else we got in store for you today. All right, chat. You already know. We're also gonna be doing some gaming, chat. We're gonna be doing some gaming. You know what I mean? So everybody stick around. It's gonna be a fun night. This episode, like I said, shouts to In Tune Perspective, shouts to Bull Light, shouts to B Rash, shouts to all my streamers out there. Know what I mean? DTG, Tokyo, shouts to Maya Lazarick, shouts to all my streamers. That's on my side, my little camp. You already know my little camp of streamers. And Geo, of course, my buzzin'. He back. So he was on vacation. So he's back. So guys, you already know. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Know what I mean? Let's get right into it, chat. Here we go. Let's get right into this puppy right here.
Play J. Cole, get the pussy dry.
Looking at me like, you rap then. I was like, all right.
I just love the dramatic entrances. I'm a big fan of dramatic entrances, guys.
All right, cool. I was waiting. Like, but really I was nervous. I acted like I wasn't nervous at all though. Like I looked like I was mad confident and destroyed it. It was over from that day forward. Like,
I don't know, guys. It's just, it hit different. When you know that somebody was called out, you drop a song and then he retracts the song. Because that's what he did, Chad. He literally dropped a diss track and then he took it back. Now, I don't know. I mean, in jail, it doesn't rock. If you get locked up and somebody's like, yo, yeah, now, because motherfuckers who have a Buddhist tattoo on their neck are pussy, right? I'm gonna be like, that's about me. I cannot not fight now. You know what I'm saying? They talk about the big three. Fuck the big three. It's only big me. You gotta fight because you say you're part of the big three. But now he's back. You know what I'm saying? After all the smoke is over, he's back. He got something to say. So let's hear what he got to say.
I'm a competitor, so I didn't feel good if they passed back the test and somebody got a 95 and I got an 85. I'm gonna feel away. It's like that with rap too. It's the same thing. I'm a natural competitor, so.
So where were you when the big two were fighting up in Mount Olympus?
Because I think I was so competitive. I don't know how they would feel. You have to talk to them. But I know for myself, I was so competitive early on that like even
you know what it is? It's the self-titlement, I think. I think that's what it is. I think to me is the fact that he self-titles himself like one of the big threes. He's so competitive. And it's a lot of things that he says he is that I think we should just really look at from a distance. You know what I'm saying? Let's take it with a grain of sand, a grain of salt, a grain of whatever the fuck that's small enough for us to make a whole desert out of.
know we were all friends. I would say we were all friends and friendly. Why would I work out with this nigga? Like, I'm trying to destroy this nigga. I'm trying to destroy this nigga. I'm trying to destroy this.
See, and that's where you get this, like this. Maybe this is gonna be cool to the new fans who don't know who J. Cole is, right? The people who just tapped in. They just tapped in. They never heard of him. They're like, yo, he's gangster. But if you were around for 2020 and when the big giants went up, started throwing fucking bars that were like fucking nuclear bombs, where was J. Cole then?
I was doing shit. I had talent. I had belief in myself. I had motion, but at the same time, I also had fear. Fear.
That's another thing. I think that he shares too much. I think that as a superstar, you shouldn't share that much. Like, it's okay to share. I think you shouldn't share that much. I don't think you should tell people you're scared, that you think you're washed, that you think you might be trash. Not like those things. Keep that shit to yourself, bro. Keep it to yourself. Ay, coño.
Play on my albums and find you a letter reveal. This is suicide note. Come here, look what I wrote. I'm about to kill myself. Fuck J. Cole. I don't even want this role. Want to rebuild myself.
Now, chat. If you guys spam the comments and tell me to play what I got, I recorded Akademiks streaming his J. Cole's album. So I may not have the first 4 songs on disc 29, but I got the rest of the album. And I got Akademiks' opinion on that too. So if you guys really feeling up for that, you guys spam that comment box. Release the Kraken. I will release the Kraken.
You have it listened. You type it in.
But I'm gonna tell you, Chad. I don't know if it was me. Maybe it's just I'm over the J. Cole trend and I moved on. Maybe I grew up in the past couple of years, or maybe I just outgrew J. Cole. but I don't think that the J. Cole album is hitting like it was supposed to. Maybe I gotta hear it again. I don't know. Maybe it's the format that it's in. I don't know, chat. I feel like he's trying to sneak back in to the victory circle, to the first place, second place, third place. Like, I think there were other rappers who put in more work, who deserve to be in the top 3 now. You know, maybe before it was okay because he was part of the top 3. But now I think that he's trying to get back in there, and there were people who did go up against Drake, who did go up against Kendrick, who, you know, who had a voice, who wanted to jump into this beef. You know what I'm saying? And those people probably deserve to be somewhere in the top 3. You get what I'm saying? Like the Futures that did do a whole album against Drake, like for real. Like, I'm just saying, is that not valid for me to say that? Like, why would J. Cole think that he's still part of the top 3 if we haven't even heard from him for a while? Like, I think in this sparring match of combat called hip hop, I think that your battles are also part, whether you win or lose, are part of your resume. So you can't walk away from battles and come back and shit be alright, nigga. No,
J. Cole
papa.
is ass cheeks, sweaty, must.
Oh my god. Oh my god. The leader came in swinging.
I'm the villain.
Chat. I don't even know him. So don't nobody think like this is like a shitting on J. Cole party. This, like, I'm just saying, I heard the stream with Academics was streaming it. And even Academics needed some time to digest. Okay? Even Academics needed time to like really let that sink in and shit. You know what I'm saying, Chad? So you could pay for the album and go do exactly what I would have, what I didn't do. You know, I didn't even have the balls to do that, Chad. I wasn't strong enough. I'm not gonna lie. I was not strong enough to go in my wallet, and I couldn't do it. I didn't know what I was doing. It felt like when you bind the CDs off of people in 42nd Street in Times Square. Like, you don't know what you're getting into. Like, is this gonna be my cup of tea? You know what I'm saying? Is this worth me going all the way to Target and buying a CD player so I could play it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want him to do numbers because he is from that era of the top 3. And I'm not saying he's not part of the top 3 either. I'm just saying it's feeling like he's trying to finagle the bagel.
J. Cole is ass cheeks, sweaty, musty ass rapper, mildew bars, mildew legacy, a sit down rapper that doesn't stand up. He sits when he tinkles. Y'all saying he got gas. Yeah, and it ages like a fart. It stinks. Y'all say y'all don't like Drake pretending to be tough. I don't like Cole pretending that he's deep. He fake deep. He ain't got classics, he got dreams. He has intentions and fake morals. He has a street address. He got a zip code.
Oh my goodness.
In 2014, and that's about it. Shoulda, coulda, woulda ass rapper.
Oh my goodness, chat. I should have prepared you for this. I did not know he was coming in shooting.
How you have elite flows, epic wordplay, but say absolutely nothing. When he does say something, it's a lie. And where the fuck was Jit at? Why wasn't Jit on the album? He doesn't.
Oh my god, Jit was not on the album. That is so true. He had Future and he had somebody else on the album. He had like 3 people on the album. Cole.
Want to be measured. You scared to be put up against another lyricist, but yet overinflates
That's what I was saying. He's scared of a rap battle.
himself, believes in the version of him that talks, not the one that has to, but yet overinflates himself, believes in the version of him that talks, not the one that has to show up. He coleslaw.
Oh my god, chat. This is a clip right here. he crowned him J. Coleslaw.
Fake ass in the version of him that talks, not the one that has to show up. He coleslaw, fake ass salad, a word soup head ass, just constipated, verbal diarrhea. You said a lot, but you communicated absolutely nothing. A wannabe ass Mr. Morale. Yeah, I'm a hater. I hate you, gang. This
Wow.
album didn't move me. It sedated me, tucked me in, and now this is the nightmare. Matter of fact, where my filter at?
What it do, realist for food review. Thank you for the comments. So can you believe this shit?
Bring the filter back. I want my villain mask back on. All right, let's get serious. Running is funny because people only call it wisdom after the hallway is empty. Before that, it's just fear breathing hard from your soul. It's fear pretending that it has direction. I mean, everybody runs, but not everybody runs from the same thing. Some people run from consequences. Some people run from mirrors. Some people run from silence because silence doesn't debate, it diagnoses. J. Cole runs from moments. Not symbolism, not narratives, moments where there's no commentary track, when you don't get to explain who you are after, moments where you stand still and the room decides for you. But not Cole. Cole leaves early, right before the pressure becomes permanent, right before the questions stop being optional. He didn't run because he was peaceful. He didn't run because he was mature. He ran because staying would have forced an answer he couldn't revise later. And this isn't about one moment. It's about a pattern repeating itself so cleanly it starts to feel intentional. The exits change, the excuses change, but the movement stays the same. Every time the lights get too bright, he moves. Every time the words he already said come back to be read out loud, he moves. Every time the idea of the best stops being poetic and starts being measurable, he moves. And that's not his strategy. That's his reflex. This is what happens when somebody builds an identity on being almost tested. When confidence is rehearsed, but pressure is avoided. When greatness is spoken, but never sat with long enough to harden. This isn't a breakdown. This is a horrific observation. A man circling the same fear, convinced motion equals safety. A man mistaking distance as evolution. A man running so often he forgets what he was running from in the first place. And the scariest part, running only works until you get to the edge. And then you start running from the fall. And by the time it's over, there won't be anywhere else left to go. J. Cole is the kind of rapper who wants you to feel bad that he made it. He treats fame like something chasing him down an alley, not something he sprinted towards his whole life. He's always out of breath, always explaining, always acting like success just caught him instead of being something he ran drills for. If you hate fame that much, stop running toward the mic. But he doesn't stop. He keeps jogging towards it, but complaining the whole time about how tired he is. He runs towards the spotlight, then runs from the consequences of standing in it. He runs into success, then sprints away from owning it. He runs laps around his own career, talking about how heavy the crown is, but never actually wore it.
You know what it is? I get what he's getting at now. You know what I'm saying? He's the type of dude that he's a superstar, but he don't want to wear the chains and shit, right? He's the fucking top 3, but he don't want to do stadiums and coliseums and shit, right? He want to ride a bike around the neighborhood and shit, not get robbed and shit. Like, I feel you, J. Cole. You fortunate to be. It's not that you gifted. It's that you're one of the few people who get to be gifted, right? Like, come on, this guy.
That's why everything about him feels performative. The struggle isn't real. The cardio is. He wants sympathy for a race he signed up for. He wants applause for being exhausted. He wants credit for motion without ever standing still long enough to be counted. And the reason he's always running is simple. If he ever stops, he has to sit with the version of himself that chose this. The version that wanted fame, chased it, caught it, and now pretends it's chasing him. So he keeps moving, not forward, not backward, just running from himself, hoping nobody notices. Notices he's been on the same track the entire time. This was never about bars, never about talent. This was about fear, not the loud kind, the quiet kind that crawls up your spine when you realize you're about to be watched without filters. He didn't step back out of love. He didn't retreat out of wisdom. He ran. He ran because for the first time in his career, his pen wasn't going to be praised in hindsight. It was about to be weighed in real time, measured, judged, and even timed. He didn't trust what it would say about him, so he bolted, fast, desperate, panicked, like someone sprinting from a mirror after the lights turn on and the reflection doesn't flinch back. Not a villain, not a hero, just a man who slithers between moments and calls it peace. And maybe he foretold this. Maybe he always knew this. The foreshadowing was always there. He's a dreamer that's too afraid to face his own realities, so he dips off, hallucinating his own narratives that his fans allows him to, and turns them into his truths. But really, he's only running from the edge. The cruelest part of a fall isn't the landing, it's the pause. The suspended second when you realize you were supposed to stay. He didn't just plan an ending, he baptized it. The fall off was never meant to happen. It was always supposed to be ironic. The irony, a joke whispered ahead of time. A controlled laugh at decline before decline could laugh first.
I'm naming the album The Fall Off. It's pretty ironic cause it ain't no fall off for me. That shit don't sit right with my spirit. That shit make me feel
I fell off, but read the
Yeah, nah, that's crazy. Because if you call it the fall off, you might just call that shit into existence. I would not call anything the fall off. I'm fucking good.
subtext and survived it. Still relevant, still sacred, still untouchable. The title alone was supposed to mock the idea of failure, not invited inside. And that's where the escape becomes the identity, because the repetition will tell the truth. And the pattern obviously becomes intentional. The smile can only linger for so long because he named it long before the door creaked open, before the pressure, before the test, before the moment that demanded he stop narrating greatness and stand on it. He didn't fall because the culture forgot him. He fell because when the culture finally leaned in close, he left the room. That exit didn't rewrite the story, it embalmed it. That's what running from the fall really is. The beef wasn't chaos, it wasn't noise, it wasn't distraction. It was his final threshold between being admired and being undeniable. Not a trap, it was a trial. And instead of letting the drop carve him into something permanent, instead of risking the meaning behind the title, he opted out. That choice didn't preserve the album, it poisoned it, because now the fall off doesn't sound ironic, it sounds very accurate. A title meant to laugh at irrelevance became a timestamp for when momentum stopped answering back. He spent years sharpening the blade, warning the room, selling readiness like it's prophecy.
You niggas might be L, or you might be Kane, or you might be Slick Rick with 19 chains, or you might be Drizzy Drake or Kendrick Lamar. But check the birth date, nigga. You ain't the guy.
See, that arrogance. It's that arrogance right there that makes me say, yeah, I figured this would be the fall off.
Nigga, cold guy.
Nigga, Drake and fucking Kendrick went at it. Motherfuckers was battling for shit like fucking like Super Bowl performances. Where the fuck was you, nigga?
He arrived and announced,
What the fuck was
and the
you?
exit happened so fast that the myth
I hate that shit, bro. Stop it.
didn't have time to bleed. That's why this fall feels wrong. A fall requires courage. It requires staying long enough for gravity to finish the sentence. It means trusting that even the impact will matter. You see, what happened wasn't a fall at all. It was a retreat, and no amount of long-term planning saves you from that contradiction. You don't spend a decade rehearsing decline as art and
That is so true. He didn't fall off. He retreated. A fall off would be that you kept trying and niggas stopped fucking with you. This motherfucker just stopped making music until it was convenient.
then scream when it steps out of the dark. The beef didn't end him. It ended the illusion that he couldn't be touched, not because he lost, but because he refused to be measured when the ruler finally slid across the table. Greatness isn't winning every time. It's being present when the outcome isn't safe. He had the bars, he had the respect, he had the moment, and instead of letting the drop shape him, he stepped back from the edge. He hesitated, he turned around, and that's why the moment didn't crash. It evaporated quietly. Like a crowd realizing the headliner already slipped out of the side door. The fall off is here, and people are already bracing for it like it's supposed to mean something final, as if the title alone absolves everything. The bars will be there. It might even sound great. It could be one of the hardest albums he's ever made, and it still won't matter, because no matter how polished it is, it will never be a heavyweight album. Not because of the music, but because of the way he arrived at it. You don't get to spend years preaching virtue, crowning yourself the best, positioning yourself above the mess, then sprint away from the one moment that would have given those words weight. After that, every bar hits different. Every claim sounds hollow. Every moment of confidence reads like compensation. It doesn't feel triumphant. It feels sad. It feels miserable. Because now when he says I'm the best, it doesn't sound like belief.
It sounds like a bunch of arrogance.
Because now when he says I'm the best, it doesn't sound like belief. It sounds like reassurance. Like he's trying to convince himself after the fact. If he had never moralized, if he had never postured, if he had never built his identity around being above it all, none of this would even matter. But that's all he does. That's all he's ever done. And here's the deeper problem. He's been running for so long, he doesn't even recognize the direction anymore. Running from accountability, running from identity, running from stillness. So much running that he starts tripping over the footprints of the very people he's obsessed with surpassing. He says he's his own man, but look closer. The poses shift. The aesthetics drift and the titles echo. Birthday Blizzard doesn't sound like an invention, it sounds like an imitation dressed up as coincidence. Birthday was important for Kendrick Lamar's GNX. 1987 was the year that GNX was created. The one model, the hidden message. Blizzard sounds like another word for Iceman. Drake, his alter ego. That's what happens when someone loses their center. They stop becoming themselves and start orbiting what they envy. Cole doesn't just admire them, he studies them, mirrors them, chases them, but then pretends he's above the comparison while recreating it beat by beat. He wants to outdo them so badly that he keeps dissolving into them. And the more he runs from his own identity, the more obvious it becomes that he never fully had one to stand on. And that's the real fall. Not the album, not the numbers, not the reception. It's watching a man move so fast trying to escape himself that he ends up becoming a collage of everybody else and calling it progression. So now the final album isn't a joke. It's a mirror, a project meant to laugh at falling, released by someone who ran from the one moment that would have proved he never could. The fall didn't take him. He saw it coming and chose flight. He doesn't confront conflict. Nah, he waits for it to get tired. His real trick was humanity on layaway. He never sold dominance, never danger. He sold comfort, relatability dressed up as virtue. I'm just like you. I hate fame. I'm humble. That works when the room is quiet.
Just know if I diss you, I make sure you know that I hit you like I'm on your.
It used to be fuck that nigga, but now it's Pearl.
These niggas talking out of their neck. Don't put no coughing out of your mouth. I'm way too paranoid for a threat.
That's what I'm saying. Like, where was fucking J. Cole for all of that? You just can't just pop out of nowhere and be like, yo, I'm part of the big three. Remember, yo? So all, like we all employees. This is not a fucking office. You guys are not employees. You guys are not like, you don't work together. This is fucking hip hop, bro. And then everybody already know that people trying to claim a crown up in this bitch. Like, you can't watch Drake and Kendrick go at it. And then when the smoke clears, you're going to come out and be like, yo, I'm going to drop it. And I'll be like, you should have just dropped your album and that's it. Like, just everybody be like, yeah, put you back in the top 3. But not you are the one trying to place yourself like, hey, by the way, guys, you remember me? Like, bro, go over there.
He thought this was ceremonial, a nod, a handshake, praise, not pressure.
First shit was classic, your last shit was tragic. Your second shit put niggas to sleep, but they gassed it.
Instead, the reaction was surgical.
How I run it, so I got it. Now he wants something with me.
That's it. Why does this sound scared? Why does this feel unfinished?
If he wasn't dissing, then we wouldn't be discussing. If he wasn't dissing, if he wasn't dissing, if he wasn't dissing, if he wasn't dissing.
The diss didn't explode, it lingered. And that terrified him.
Y'all love Kendrick Lamar, correct? As do I.
Because he wasn't going to let himself be destroyed. He was about to be examined. And to him, That's worse. And that's exactly why he leans on the fall off now. Not because it completes anything, but because it gives him somewhere else to hide. Yeah, the title was planned years ago. That's the problem. A pre-written excuse he can limp on after the stumble actually happened. He lost the respect from hip-hop heads. He lost respect from rap fans. He lost respect from other rappers. I mean, yeah, the bars are there. The delivery is there, but the spine isn't. He didn't stand on the one moment that mattered. So now it all sounds like noise. A pile of well-crafted sentences with no consequences behind them. It's the same disease Drake has when he plays My Boss, talking tough while everybody knows it's cosplay. With Cole, it's worse. He didn't just fake toughness. He ran from the test and sprinted straight into the fall off like it was shelter. And once you see that, the lyrics stop landing because it's hard to take words seriously when you know they're weightless. And white noise doesn't inspire, it just fills the silence. Cause you can't build legacy off of white noise. It just hides what's missing. And J. Cole's backbone was missing when it came to Kendrick Lamar. When it was time to step up. The fall off isn't gonna change that. That album doesn't do anything, but just solidifies that what we all already knew, that J. Cole could rap. All that I'm the best talk starts sounding like self-soothing, like a man whispering affirmations into a mirror, hoping the reflection forgets what just happened. That's what this is. The fall off is his inner voice clawing its way back to the surface, trying to convince everybody, everyone, including himself, that the mistake wasn't fatal. But he knows. Every rapper knows. His fans know. We all know. If you spend your whole career saying you'll show up when it counts, and then you don't get to ask the audience to forget just because a new album dropped. The fall off isn't closure. It's the place he ran to so he wouldn't have to answer for the moment he didn't stand on it. Cameron suing J. Cole over Ready 24 isn't some random hiccup. It's a pattern finally catching a paper trail.
Being a man is keeping your word. And I know everybody's busy and everybody has things to do and so on and so forth. But if I give you my word 4 or 5 times, I got to do it out of the one time out of 4 or 5 times.
Yeah,
so on his first project he did, I did an intro for him. He needed it within 24 hours. I told him I may need a verse whenever I get a project done. But he called me one day like, yo, I'm just letting you know Monday I'm putting that song out. And I'm like, I need a verse. You know, the moon got aligned with the stars. And, you know, when I write, I put my all into it. He called me twice to do something, and I did it. One day you have 48 hours to do it. Then I said, you know what? Forget the record. Let's do an interview. Nah, I can't do it because I can't do it now because the shit is going on with Kendrick Lamar and all that. And I don't feel like talking about that right now. I said, look, I'll do the interview. I won't even bring that up. I won't even talk about that. He says, nah, I can't do no interview and not talk about it. You can't.
Wow. Yeah, that's the fall off. That's exactly what falling off is when you think that you could do shit like that, and then you find out you shouldn't be doing shit like that.
Keep telling me this because now.
Because you don't got it like that.
When I'm big, I said, listen, I need your word, bro. You done gave me your word 3, 4 times. I need your word. When are you going to do this interview? Yo, what's up? He said, yo, bro, I'm going to have to keep it real true. I can't do it. I don't know when the album going to be done. And I say, I can't promise you a date, but I can do the date. I'm going to just have to say I'm going to have to pass for now. He told me how when I try to kill everybody while I'm on the record. It'll take me 3 weeks to write around. All right, that's fine. Let's just do the interview. You string me along for a year for that, then finally tell me after a year, after you gave me your word 4 times, that the last time, I'm just not gonna be able to do it.
Cole takes the verse, takes the moment, releases the record, then slips into that familiar fog where accountability goes to die. No clear payment, no proper credit, just silence dressed up as busy. And that's not confusion at all. That's evasion. The nastiest part is how he keeps getting away with this shiesty shit, the disingenuous behavior, because he wraps it in humility cosplay. He did it to Wale, and we'll get to that. But let's focus on what he did to Kendrick Lamar, trading subs, then getting outed during the beef, then immediately acting.
Sometimes, Chad, we be thinking that the people that we admire, that we look like, we think that other people are treating them wrong for a reason. Like, look at how right there, like, you know what I'm saying? Look at how Cam is like. Cam would be the first one to shut him down. Like, no, bro, we not doing no work. Like, I ain't working with that dude. Be like, yo, Cam, we bringing J. Cole. Everybody would be excited except for Cam. everybody would be excited except for Cam. Cam would be like, you know what? Do not bring that dude to my studio. Why? Because he already know what type of shiesty shit this motherfucker be on. You feel me? So him calling this shit a fall off is almost ironical. You feel me?
Oblivious and apologetic, like he didn't know what time it was. And now it's Cameron. It's the same script. Promises made, promises avoided, exit taken.
5
This
times.
isn't morality. This isn't nobility. This is a snake who moves quietly and calls it growth. Cole doesn't stand on conflict, and he doesn't stand on his word. He agrees when it's convenient, vanishes when it's time to deliver, then reframes the disappearance as wisdom. That's his real superpower, not the bars, not introspection, but slipping out of moments before they can define him. Different names, same behavior. He's not misunderstood. He's just consistent, and he can never stand on anything. Not even his own word. Every bond is conditional. Every condition benefits him, but yet he calls it growth. But really, he's just ducking with a thesaurus. Middle school bars. The apology wasn't moral. It was just instinct. Strip the story, that apology wasn't brotherhood at all. It was just a survival reflex. He fired the shots, checked the temperature, and realized he didn't believe in himself enough to keep pulling that trigger. So he reframed fear as clarity. And that's the pattern. He doesn't lose, he withdraws. But then he goes and renames that withdrawal as maturity, as being the bigger person. But that isn't maturity at all. He just panicked. You don't apologize, declare peace, then sneak this later. That's how you know it was disingenuous. That means that apology wasn't conviction at all, it was a delay. He wanted distance from the fire, but still wanted to feel warm. If you're above it, leave it. If you're in it, bleed in it. But he always wants the credit of peace with the ego of conflict. You need to choose, because it seems like he loves mirrors until they start talking back to him. This was never one moment. This is the loop. Talk bold, feel heat, reverse, rename it reflection. Every era. That's why his music circles instead of lands. Because landing requires commitment, and commitment means risk. And here's the cold autopsy. He envies. He envies one man's dominance and another man's respect. One moves numbers without permission. The other moves culture without explanation. Cole wants both, but not the blood cost. So he floats in between, calling it balance. But that's not poetry, is it? That's his diagnosis. The safety net, because the fall off isn't confidence at all. It's just pre-coping. If it wins, legacy, classic. If it falls, well, that was the point.
That was the
Only
point.
someone afraid of losing names.
He's one of those motherfuckers that hit you with the, oh, that's what I was trying to do. Like, bro, no, that's not, nobody's trying to fall off. Stop playing with me. Nobody's doing that on purpose. Stop playing with me.
The project after it. And the worst part, none of the apologies matter because regret doesn't reverse time. Explanation doesn't erase exes. This moment is branded into the record forever. Yeah, he could circle back. He could re-enter. He can even try again, but it already happened. When the lights come on, he left that stage. That's the legacy. It's not stolen from him, not taken. He forfeited. He didn't fall. He ran. And now he's selling the sprint as wisdom. And the people are eating it alive. That's fear finally admitting it never wanted to be seen. He's treating the fall off like a reset button. He keeps calling it his last album, but then makes sure to say that he intended it to be. Heavy on that word intended. And that's the tell, because intended doesn't mean final. It means flexible. It means reversible. It means backpedaling. It means he's already leaving himself and out like he always does. This may not.
Yeah, he's trying to keep a foot in and a foot out. He's not trying to like, oh, I'm going to retire. He said his intentions to be the last album. What the fuck does that mean, Cole? Intentions to be your last album, or is it your last album? Is this like fucking Welch's fruit snacks made from real fruits, but it's not real fruits? Like, what the fuck are we talking about, Cole?
Be a sales pitch. The last, it means he's already leaving himself and out like he always does. This may not be a farewell, because it seems like it might be a sales pitch. The last album gimmick is just to bait spike numbers, stir urgency, make people tune in thinking they're witnessing an ending. But he's not done, because he never stands on anything long enough to be done. That's his pattern. You already know he's gonna backpedal. He reframes, he rewrites. This won't be his last album because he never committed to a single version of himself for more than a moment. And this rollout isn't brave, it's calculated. At this point, the fall off really is a reset button. I mean, Cole tells you himself.
Suicide note, come here, look what I wrote. I'm about to kill myself. Fuck J. Cole. I don't even want this role. Wanna rebuild myself. Wanna rebuild myself. Wanna rebuild myself.
What? Did he just say that, chat? Chat, I'm not fucking tripping, chat. Did the motherfucker just say he want to rebuild himself? So he's doing all this shit to like kind of like recycle himself? That's what he's trying to do? This is a suicide note. Come here. Look what I wrote. I'm about to kill myself. Fuck J. Cole. I don't even want this role. Want to rebuild myself? You want to rebuild yourself? Off the sweat and the back of what? Of what? What are you trying to, like, you not happy with what you built? No? The fuck?
Build myself. Wanna rebuild myself.
The bars hint at a restart. The visuals rewind time. The reverse video isn't just art, it's a metaphor. He's literally trying to walk it backwards into a new version of himself. You have to realize that the word intended is a loophole word. It means the exit is staged, not sealed. A door left cracked open. A getaway planned in advance. What he's really saying is that version of J. Cole is over. Not because it's finished, but because it failed. So he resets, rebrands, reframes. But no amount of rewind changes that moment when he apologized and backpedaled out of the biggest test of his career. However, he didn't outrun the fall. He just hit reset before he had to feel it. It leans on people believing he's walking away, so they forget how he actually moves. The slick exits, the disingenuous apologies, the moral high ground cosplay, the sneaky retreat dressed up as growth. This isn't closure, it's a memory wipe. A Men in Black flash. Look right here, forget the last few years. Forget the running. Forget who he showed you he was when pressure arrived. A lot of people are gonna fall for it, because they always do. But not everybody. Some of us could see the trick while it's happening. Look at him closely, not as a rapper, not as a brand, but as a patient pacing in his own mind. Every move he makes is self-preservation, dressed up as virtue. Every retreat is narrated like enlightenment. Every contradiction gets softened with a calm voice and a sad chord, so the crowd feels bad questioning it. That's his sickness. It may not be fear, but control. He doesn't want to win. He wants to never be cornered. This is what running from the fall really is. Not a moment, a condition. He runs before reality can touch him. He reframes before truth can settle. He exits before the mirror can speak. And when the room starts asking real questions, not about his vibes, but about intentions, but about who you actually are under pressure, he collapses into humility cosplay and lets his audience do the comforting for him. That's manipulation. Soft, gentle, and polite, but it's still manipulation. He wants sympathy, not scrutiny. He wants applause, handshakes, and claps for self-awareness instead of accountability. He wants to be seen as deep, so no one checks if he's solid. And the scariest part is that it works. He's trained people to mistake reflection for responsibility and calmness as courage. But you can't therapize your way out of a moment that you refuse to stand in. You can't philosophize your way past the test you walked away from. And you definitely can't keep calling it growth and maturity when the pattern never changes.
You already know, chat. Drop your comments in the comment box. You already know the link is going to be in the description, guys. You definitely want to check this episode out. And if you like videos like this, there should be some suggestions of videos. Don't forget to hit the follow, hit the subscribe, hit that bell notification so that way the algorithm knows that you like stuff like this, and it continuously gives you some more episodes. Guys, thank you for tapping into the Cheat Challenge. It's your boy King Buddha, and this is one of the many episodes that we're going to be dropping this year, guys. So prepare for 2026. Be a dope year for us and growth year for us. Let's go, guys. We did a lot of methodical testing last year. This year we do a lot of application. So you already know, chat. Stick around, and like I said, spam the like button. Drop comments below what you think about this. Did J. Cole fall off with his last album? What do you think about it? How do you feel about it? If you do like the album, drop your favorite songs. Don't even quote the bars. You already know how we do, hip hop heads. We quote the bars. So if you like saying, drop it in the comment box. But if you feeling this is J. Cole's fall off and he's just trying to keep one foot in the door and he's just trying to act like, oh, just in case, I don't know, just in case, we gotta hold up. We gotta hold him accountable for the shit that he's doing. You understand what I'm saying? Hip hop is not the place where you just run away from shit and then come back and be a new rapper. Like, that's not how it works. And second of all, like, if you've been gone all this time, we wanted to hear how you were doing coming back. You know what I'm saying? Not that you're gonna come and position yourself into like the top 3 and how you're gonna be retiring soon and then this might be your last album. Like, we like, no, bro. Nah. I personally am not jacking that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like J. Cole, but I don't like J. Cole enough to think that you made us wait all this time, and then when you come back, you're gonna try to reassert yourself at the top. Come on, man. There was motherfucking rappers who went up against Drake and tried to go up against Drake, and people who try to go against Kendrick. Like, nah, man. You can't just come out of nowhere, drop an album, and be like, I'm retiring. This might be my last album. So, guys, I don't know if you've heard the album. Go ahead and feel free to. He has it independently. It is not going to be on Spotify. It's not going to be on no digital distribution. It's going to be on J. Cole's website. So just go down there and check out J. Cole's new album. It's called The Fall Off. And just drop in the comment box if you think he fell off. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for stopping by, guys. It's the Cheat Challenge, your boy King Buddha. And we might be coming up with another episode right after this. We're just going to change streams and change captions and upload new thumbnails and everything. All right, Chad, we'll see you in a little bit. We will be back by 8:15. So 8:15, new episode, guys. You already know. It's your boy King Buddha, Cheat Challenge. And for your next episode, we're going to be talking some Epstein files. So stick around. I'm going to be jumping on the Department of Justice website and see if we could download the Epstein files for ourselves so we could read what the hell all the buzz is about. So I'll see you guys at 8:15. Everybody go regroup. It's the Cheat Challenge. You know what I mean?
It's the Cheat Challenge. It's the Cheat Challenge. It's the Cheat Challenge. King Buddha, it's never too late to awake you. King Buddha, it's never too late for mistake to. King Buddha, it's never too late to awake you. King Buddha, it's never too late for mistake to. King Buddha, stop up or shut up. King Buddha, stop up or shut up. Fuck.